Okay, this is a video about using labels and filters in Gmail. If you look along the left-hand side, these are labels, and labels are essentially Google's version of folders. Towards the top here we have system-generated labels, and below that we have user-created labels. I've created these, and you can create as many as you want. The great thing about labels versus folders is that you can apply multiple labels to individual emails. Now if you look over here to my inbox, you'll notice I don't actually have any labels applied to these emails yet, and I've done that on purpose. I want you to see as we start applying labels to each of these emails how easily it becomes to identify each email and what may need to take priority over another. So let's get started. There are a few ways to create labels. First, you can go to Settings, click Labels. Partway down you'll see create a new label. Just start typing. Let's say I'll create a receipts label that I want to use to flag all of my email receipts. If I order something from Amazon.com or something like that, I can tag it with the receipts label. Also, if you're any page, but if you're on your main page, click this drop down. There's a create new label. A window pops up. I can create another label. And finally, if I'm viewing a email, I go to the label drop down at the top here, and I can just start typing. So let's say I want to make a newsletter label to flag all of the e-newsletters I subscribe to, and click create new. Now not only has it created a new label called newsletter, but I've also applied it to this email that I'm looking at. So if I go back to my inbox, you can see this label is now applied to this email. Now I can also apply a label by selecting the checkbox and going to the drop down. This is a HUD statement for my title company, so I can go down and select my title company label. This also maybe pertains to one of my specific clients, so I can apply a second label. So let's say this is for the turn-ins, and now you can see I've actually added two labels to this one email. Okay, now let's see how you can use labels in conjunction with filters. Automatically label all emails that come in from my wife. I know she expects me to get back to her right away, so I better not miss any. So it's an email from my wife. Go to More Actions. Click Filter Messages like these. It's going to bring up a dialog box. So this is saying all emails that come in from my wife's email address, and I can add other criteria to narrow it, but I just want to label everything that comes from her. So I'm going to say Next Step. And this is asking what do you want to do with these emails. So in this instance I want to apply a label. The label I want to apply is wife. And I can check this box here and it will apply it to any email I've already received, but it's also going to, once I click create a filter, any future emails that come in it will automatically label with the wife label. You can see, there we go. I've created a filter that automatically labels any email from my wife, and I'll know to react quickly. So you can see the label here. Create another filter. If you're anything like me, maybe you subscribe to a bunch of e-newsletters. You like to get the information, but it's not something you have to necessarily read right away. So what you can do is let's create a filter that will automatically label and archive these emails so that they don't show up on our inbox. We still receive them, but then we can go read them when we have the time available. So here's a e-newsletter I get from the Tampa Bay Business Journal. And click on More Actions, filter messages like these. So it's going to find any emails that come in from this email address. Click Next Step. So I want them to skip the inbox. Again, this is not necessarily something really important, but I also do want it to then also apply the newsletter label. And I want to apply this action to this email that's already found and future emails, so I click create a filter, and there we go. We've created a filter that automatically labels all emails from the Tampa Bay Business Journal with a newsletter email and then archives them. So if I go back to the inbox, see that email is no longer here, but it is still in the newsletter label. So there it is. It's not gone. I can just come here and read these things as I need them. Back to the inbox really quick, and I'll show you one more thing. Alright, see, we've got some labels applied. Let's apply one more to this one. Somebody's asking for more information, so I'm going to label this as an inquiry. I want to make sure I take care of those quickly. Now, we have the labels applied, but they don't necessarily pop out from everything. So you can color code your labels. So let's see this label for my wife. If you go to the left side of each label, select the drop-down box will appear, allowing you to choose a color. So I'm going to label all of my wife's emails with red. Okay. My client's emails, let's say I'm going to make blue, and title companies and inquiries. Some colors. So now you get an idea how easily it is now to identify emails that might need my attention. If you remember when we first started, all the emails look the same, but now you can quickly see what needs attention. So that's it for our labels and filters video. Hope that helps. Have a great day.